Hey everybody, I want to talk a little bit about attunement. Attuning oneself to the astral realm is attuning oneself to that which is beyond the material, beyond the things that we can see with our physical senses. Our physical senses are very much material if we exist in the flesh and in the body in the material universe. And there are many universes, but the material universe in general is that which can be perceived on the most basic level. The astral universe has both good and evil, but it has to do with energy. It has to do with thought forms, and it has to do with that which is beyond what exists in temporal time. Time altogether is temporal, but temporal time has more of an existence in the material realm in relation to how it passes. In the astral realm, it passes only to the extent that one sees events and participates in events. In the astral hells and astral heavens, time does not pass if beings do not act. If beings do not act and beings do not relate to each other, then time does not pass in the astral realm. The astral realm is that which is composed of far more energy and almost always completely energy than in the material realm. The material realm contains material relation and energetic relation. But in the astral realm, it is completely, if not all, material, anti-material relation, energetic relation. And material in this universe that we exist in, it does not hold the same energetic properties that provides existence in the astral realm. The astral realm is something that only allows time to pass in a way that is very relative to what happens. In the material realm, what happens is a side factor, a probability of time, a sense of decay and rebirth. But in the astral realms, it is something that can only happen if there is events that happen. And for events to happen, there has to be a relative relation to multiple beings, to how they see each other and how they interact with each other. And there are many dimensions. There are many, let's say, planes. There are many planes, there are many dimensions, and there is many instances within the multiverse. But one strength of faith in the right-hand path, in the virtuous path, is that one seeks to further other people as oneself. One seeks to further the unification. Now, if we go to the demonic dimensions, there is much suffering because for one to exist in the demonic dimensions, in the hells, in those lower dimensions, in those lower states of being, then one has to have a desire to have a negative relation to other beings. One has to have a desire to pursue a vendetta, revenge, passion, desire, to the extent that one does not concern himself with the passions, desires, and vendettas of others, but seeks to only further his own. And for one to only seek that, for only one to seek the furthering of one's own goals, that is a form of time within oneself, but is a form of time that does not require the relation to other beings. The relation to other beings is a very material thing, or it's a very astrally positive thing. Astrally positive meaning that one seeks to further the other beings, as I said, and also one understands that one must further oneself as fast as possible. One must further oneself as in a line of spiritual advancement. And if one does not seek that, then time passes much more quickly, actually, in the demonic realms, in the hellish realms, in the lower realms, and in the abyss that surrounds the lower realms, where one can continually fold upon himself. And those realms exist in a lower infinity. The heavens, the astral realm of the positive beings and those who seek to further themselves, but also and mainly others, that is infinite in a different way. It is infinite in a upward spiral, whereas the negative and demonic and the hellish forces further events in relation to each other in a downward spiral. And these are very hard things to understand. They're not easy. The knowledge that I'm explaining here comes from multiple sources, and it will always exist as very relative to how we think in the material realm if we exist here, and that's why it's hard to understand if we exist here. But that's all I have to say about the dimensions and the upward and downward spirals. Higher dimensions and lower dimensions, the heavens in multiple ways, and the lower dimensions, the hells in multiple ways, all extending upward and downward from here. But that's all I got to say about it for right now. Please give a like if this made you think at all. If it didn't, just pass this video by. But thanks for watching, everybody.